This is the only Wahala that I got time for in my life, child. Hey guys, it's Judy here with My Life as Kikay. Welcome to today's video. I'm so glad to have you back here on my YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be a review of the Juvia's Place Wahala eyeshadow palette. First things first, this was a limited edition released by Juvia's Place. They had the initial launch, it sold out really super quickly, and by popular demand they brought it back on a restock, but I don't think they are planning on restocking again after this second restock sold out. So if you are one of the lucky ones who managed to snag this eyeshadow palette and you are looking for a review or even a simple this is not simple, or even a tutorial or some ideas on how you can use this palette, or if you want to know exactly how the eyeshadows perform without having to go into the palette yourself, then this video is for you. I am wearing this palette on my eyes today. I'm wearing a lot of the shades of this palette, in fact, on my eyes today. I wanted to use as many different colors as I possibly could. So as you can see, I did 2 different looks on both my eyes. I think it's safe to say that this palette is now sold out and no longer available on the Juvia's Place website. As far as I'm aware, I don't think that they are planning on restocking this palette. But if you still did want to get your hands on this palette, I have some really great news for you guys. I am actually giving away 2 of these eyeshadow palettes. I managed to buy 3 from the second restock, and I bought another 2 to give away to you guys, my lovely subscribers here on my YouTube channel. So if you want to know how to win one of these 2 Wahala eyeshadow palettes from Juvia's Place, then watch at the end of this video where I will be giving all the details and the rules and how to enter that giveaway and all that fun stuff. For now, I'm going to be reviewing for you guys this palette from Juvia's Place, and then on the other half of this video, I'll show you guys how I created this look in a tutorial sort of form. I don't think it's really important for me to state how much this palette retails for because, as I said, it's sold out and no longer available on the website. First of all, let's talk about what you are getting from this palette. The packaging is absolutely stunning. Really nice and glossy packaging. It is very easy to get dirty and fingerprints on this, as you can already see that I've got some. Well, it's not terrible actually. This is what it looks like. Nice glossy palette. It has all the ingredients on the back, and on the front of the palette it says Wahala, which translates into drama. I think it's a Nigerian word, correct me if I'm wrong. Now, going into the palette, you have on the inside cover the exact same drawing or a caricature that you have on the front cover there. On the inside, we have 20 pans of color. There are 5 pressed pigments, there are 12 eyeshadows, and there are 3 pressed glitters. It has a very wide range of colors. As I was using this palette, I feel like personally I would have benefited from a nice bright neon yellow or orange in this palette, just because of all the other shadows that are going on in this palette that probably needs a yellow shade and maybe a matte green. That was just my personal opinion. I was able to create looks from the shadows that are already available in this palette without having to dip into other palettes. So it is doable to create some looks out of this palette. I just feel personally it would have benefited from a matte bright yellow or green, but that's just me. That's just my personal opinion. The mattes blended beautifully. They built up beautifully. I used this, I used this, I used this, I used this, use this. So nearly all the matte colors I use on the eyeshadow look that I have on right now. They built up nicely, they blended really nicely, and that's just my general experience with majority of Juvia's Place's matte eyeshadow, so that didn't really surprise me. When it came to the shimmers, they behaved similarly to what I am used to with Juvia's Place eyeshadows. They're very smooth, blendable, and buttery. I just had a little bit of foiling with this eyeshadow here on my eyelid. It became kind of crepey, if that makes any sense. Like the more I built it up, the more it looked like crinkled aluminum foil. So what I did when I applied that shade there is just I kind of patted it a little bit more into my eyelid, and it kind of fixed that creasy look. So I would say it's better to build up the shimmery shades rather than slap it all on the eyelid and then try and blend it out. Building up is kind of key when it comes to building up the shimmers in this palette for any desired opacity. Now when it came to this shimmery shade, this purple one, it's a stunning color. It's an absolutely beautiful color, but it does take a little bit of patience to build and blend up. Some of these shimmers, and we'll get to the glitters in a moment because I have a bit to say about that. Some of these shimmers can be quite chunky if you don't build them up. I find that it takes a little bit of pressing in, sometimes a little bit of coaxing, in fact, if I can even use that word, to build up the eyeshadow on the eyelid. It may take a flat packing brush, it may take wetting the eyeshadow, it may take even building up the eyeshadow with a finger. That was just my experience with it and something for you to be aware of. Other than that, they are very, very pigmented and buttery and beautiful and blendable, and I am going to be doing a separate swatch video of this palette, which will be coming up soon also on my channel. Now, when it comes to the glitters, I love glitters. Now, the colors are stunning. I have no complaint about the colors in this palette. This one, I'm just not drawn to this one. Maybe because it's not a bright pop of color, and that's just me. That's just the way my brain is wired. So when it comes to these pops of glitter, I love them. They're stunning. The colors are beautiful. When it comes to the actual application of these glitters, I find that it was best to use a glitter glue or a glitter primer before applying the glitter, or as you'll see through the tutorial portion of this video, I took a little bit of this glitter glue, glitter primer, on a brush and then dipped it into here, because I found, as you'll also see through the tutorial part of this video, I did this eye and then I really hated it, so I took it off because this glitter here kind of didn't really adhere to the skin. I even had concealer underneath where glitter will normally like adhere to that, but it didn't for me this time, so I really needed something sticky for the glitter to apply on top of. It also took a bit of building up with the glitter glue to get to this desired opacity on the eye. I felt like it wouldn't stick to the skin if it didn't have a glue, so applying these glitters can be quite a frustrating experience for you if you don't have something for it to adhere to, like an actual glitter glue. And it needs more than just concealer, which I have found to be my experience with many pressed glitters anyway. It seems to be the case with a lot of glitters. They won't stick to the skin. They need something sticky to stick to, if that makes any sense at all. It also helps to be aware that there is a fair bit of fallout when it comes to the application of the glitters in this palette. There is a little bit of fallout when it comes to the shimmers and the mattes as well, but nothing as dramatic as the glitters. So it really helps to apply the glitters and the eyeshadow look before going in with your foundation base. I did that today. I went in with my eyes before my foundation base, and even then I still ended up with a fair bit of glitter fallout all over my face. So you probably can't see on camera, but if you look really super closely, I have specks of glitter absolutely everywhere on my face. And as much as I tried to clean it up, glitter is like the herpes of makeup. Once it's on there, it's gonna stay. I'm not mad at the little specks of glitter all over my face, but I would be mad if I'd gone in with my face base and then there was glitter everywhere and I couldn't take it off. So that's also something to be aware of. As you'll also see through the tutorial portion of this video, when I applied this blue on my eyelid, I felt like it needed a base. Initially, what I did is I applied this glitter here straight over the top of the concealer. It didn't stick and it didn't show up very pigmented. What I feel like these glitters need is to have a base underneath. So for example, I would apply this first on my eyelid and then apply this green over the top. Or for this blue here, I'd apply this blue as a base and then apply the glitter over the top, just so that it has a nice base and wash of color that the glitter can actually do its job on top of. I don't feel like the color of the glitter will show up on its own without a base color first. Does that make sense? I hope it does. You'll see again through the tutorial part of this video that I applied this on my eyelid and I just hated it. I just took it off completely altogether. It didn't look good at all. It made me look like a novice in makeup, which I kind of am. You know, with this whole COVID stuff, I haven't been wearing makeup at all outside of the house. I've just got my mask on, so it's kind of pointless to wear makeup, so I feel like I've forgotten how to apply makeup. Has anyone else been like that? Have you forgotten how to apply makeup? Which is why I enjoy sitting down and just playing with makeup. This makeup look took me so long to apply, but it was okay because I felt like I was just kind of teaching myself again or remembering again how to apply makeup. Anyway, that's just a little rabbit trail of thoughts that come through my mind. I think that's all I actually really have to say about this palette. I love it. It's stunning. It's beautiful. It just takes a little bit of knowledge and experimentation, a little bit of know-how to know how to work with these shadows and to use them to their utmost potential. Now, I'm not by any means or any way, shape, or form an expert in makeup. I literally just experiment. Like I said before, I feel like sometimes I've forgotten how to apply makeup, but eventually I got to a point where I was happy with what I came up with. I also love the way that the shades blended in together and the color that they came up with. So for example, I have this color here called Busybody blended into my crease, and then on the outer part of my eyelid I've got this shade called Unafraid blended in, and the way they just kind of married together was really super nice. They didn't look muddy. The colors didn't look muddy at all. They didn't fluff away, like, you know how sometimes you blend a color on top of another one and one of them will buff away. These ones just kind of settled in together and blended in together, and it was really, really nice. So overall, I am happy with this palette. I really love this palette. I mean, it may be said that I am quite biased. Yeah, that's the word, biased, with Juvia's Place products. I own all their palettes. I've got the little recent mini palettes coming in the mail, the latest release ones. Those are coming in the mail as well. So I now currently to date own all of the Juvia's Place eyeshadow palettes. So you know that I love them. I am ride or die. I wish Juvia's Place would like sponsor me or put me on their PR list or something. That's the review I have of the Wahala eyeshadow palette. I'm now going to bring you guys into the tutorial part of this video. It was definitely a lot of experimentation, a bit of playing, a bit of back and forth with the eyeshadows. And while I know it's not in any way, shape, or form a wearable eyeshadow look, I hope maybe the tutorial portion of this video will inspire you to have a bit of a play with the eyeshadows. Just experiment with them, sit down, have a play, have some fun with it. It's definitely a fun palette. There is no denying that. It's not an everyday eyeshadow palette, but having said that, you can create neutral, everyday, wearable eyeshadow looks from this palette. And I probably will in the future create another eyeshadow look from this palette, but something that's not so crazy and carnival-y and Wahala dramatic out there. This is the only Wahala that I got time for in my life, child. This palette, love it, love it. Again, if you were not able to get your hands on this palette, I'm so sorry. I send you my condolences. But if you do want to enter my giveaway, where I am giving away 2 of these eyeshadow palettes to my lovely subscribers, to you guys, then all you got to do, here's what you gotta do to enter this giveaway for 2 lucky winners. All you gotta do is make sure that you are subscribed to my YouTube channel. Make sure that you subscribe. Go to the comment section down below and comment, tell me what your favorite eyeshadow palette is. That's literally all you gotta do. If you don't own an eyeshadow palette, tell me what eyeshadow palette you would love to own. What's your dream eyeshadow palette? Now, when it comes to this giveaway, I'm going to close it, I'm going to end it when the Kikay family on YouTube reaches 4,000 subscribers. And when that does happen, I'm going to be personally DMing the winner on your private messages. So when you do leave a comment, make sure that you leave an Instagram handle or some way that I can contact you, an email address or anything. I'm not collecting your details. If you win, I just want to make sure that there is some way that I can contact you. So leave your Instagram handle or an email address. That's all you gotta do to enter this giveaway. Thank you guys so much for watching my review of the Juvia's Place Wahala eyeshadow palette. If you enjoyed it, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. And now I'm gonna go into the tutorial portion of this video to give you guys a little bit of an idea on how these shadows work, or some ideas of how you can use this palette. And so if you want to know how I created this eyeshadow look using the Wahala palette, then just keep on watching. video, thank you so much for watching. I really truly appreciate that you've chosen to spend your time here with me today. I am so thankful for every single one of my subscribers, and if you have watched my video but you're not a subscriber, I'm still thankful for you for watching this video. If you do want to, please do subscribe. I would really truly appreciate it if you joined the Kikay family. Don't forget to enter my giveaway. All you gotta do is subscribe and comment down below what your favorite eyeshadow palette is, or what palette you are dreaming of having in your life. That's it for this video. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye. I was able clearly to make a look out of the shadows that digs it. I was able to create some looks. I was actually able to create eyeshadow looks from palette. Oh my goodness me! So what I did was I just kind of smoothed it a little in. So what I did with, when it comes to actual application of these shadows, when it comes to